Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Amber Gatlin in Brooklyn, New York, and it is spooky season, finally. Happy October, everyone. I'm going to be painting a ghost holding a pumpkin today, and we're gonna see how it goes. I took a reference photo in McGorrick Park, and I found that very helpful to give me a reference for the bench and the horizon line, the street lamp, how all of those things kind of connect to each other. But I'm not trying to get too detailed with this painting. I just wanted it to be a fun, kind of blowing off steam exercise. The last couple of times I have tried to paint, it has been the large canvas that I'm working on, and I have just been getting so frustrated with it every time I bring it out, so I think I just need a long break from that until I can look at it with a little love again, because right now I'm just so frustrated with how it's going. So yeah, today, or I guess this was really yesterday, I'm going to work on a little ghost. I've been seeing a ton of them on Pinterest, and they are cute, I have to admit. They're cute. So I wanted to give it a try myself. Yeah, so I am going to be doing a lot of traveling this October. I'm going to Austin City Limits, which I'm very excited about. And then I'm going to go home to Louisiana to visit family for a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up the YouTube thing while I'm there. It's hard to say. Try not to put too much pressure on getting that done. If it happens, great, but if not, that's okay too. But I am trying to be consistent with this, but it is a lot of work, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. It's been a rainy week, and it's been pretty dreary. The anxiety has been high. I just have a lot on my plate right now as far as preparing for this music show, which I don't really know why I'm so stressed about it. I mean, we did a music show back in July, and it's just the 7 songs, but, you know, I think it's a new muscle for me to be vulnerable as a musician in that way, and this is the very first time I've ever written songs in my life, so I think there's a lot of vulnerability there. I think there's a lot of things to be learned along the way. And it's just, you know, the last time we did a show, I was pretty knocked out right after, you know, I really needed a break. So, you know, it feels kind of fast to be gearing up again. But that being said, you know, we're playing alongside some great musicians, and it's a new space. It's a dine-in type of theater space. I don't think I've been there before. It's called the Triad. But yeah, I'm not really sure what it's gonna be like, but I'm open to it. And you know, after we've finally put our set together and it's pretty much done, I still have to finish writing my newest song, but you know, I do like it and it is going well, so I think I need to put these anxieties aside somehow. We're gonna do a few open mics before then, so that'll kind of, you know, shake us up a little bit and get us warm for the stage. But yeah, it's an exciting and slightly scary thing for me. I'm back in guitar lessons after taking a little bit of a break, and of course my calluses are gone, so it's pain city right now. That's just what it is. The guitar is so hard. I'm upset about it. It is so hard to do, and it is even harder to find time to practice during the week, but I'm determined to improve. I've been taking lessons since this February, and I've definitely improved a lot. I mean, I know a fair amount of chords, I can play some simple songs, but my teacher does challenge me a lot, which is good, and hard. Oh man. So this painting is challenging me in one way in that I'm building an environment that has some depth to it, which is why I wanted to get this reference photo. Kind of had that idea last minute. Yeah, I'm not really too much of a landscape artist or a, paint the inside of a house artist, but I've written this book. I actually wrote it last spooky season. It's a children's book, and I would love to give it some detailed illustrations of, some gardens and some cabin vibes. I just have a very specific vision for what I would like it to be, and to be honest, I do not have the skill set for it. So I think I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos, try to find a class with a teacher that specializes in fantasy painting, fantasy environments, to try to learn a little bit more about how to make these witchy cabins feel real, because every time I try, it does not come out the way that I want it to. I mean, my strength, I think, primarily lies in characters. I do comics sometimes, and I've always loved drawing characters, but as far as places, there's definitely some things to be learned, so, keeping an eye out for that kind of thing. If you have any suggestions of teachers who are good at that, please leave them in the comments. That would be very much appreciated. And as far as painting, I'm also working on a commission right now. I can't show you guys yet because it's a gift to someone, and also because it's not done. But once that is done, I will be happy to be showing the process. It's a very detailed project, so there's a nice satisfaction. It's kind of a satisfying thing to be doing, which is nice, and I'm very grateful. I feel like it's a bit of a, it's a consolation prize for not opening my shop this season. It's like, oh, well, maybe I can't get a shop completely ready to go, but, my business is still, starting. So that's a bit of a nice thing to have a commission to work on while I'm still getting everything together. I'm still not sure when the release will be, but I've made a little bit of progress. I've printed out my 3 first paintings for my ceramics collection. I've posted them on my website, and I've even started a list of pre-orders. I didn't write it down, it's kind of a mental list, but people have been telling me in person, my friends that I see in person, that they're excited to buy my prints, so that's really so validating and so nice. It's an election season. Stressful. I've been thinking a little bit about that and how that is going to go, and my civic duty, as it were, as someone who is approaching 30. One of my New Year's resolutions this year was to get myself a little bit more politically oriented in my own world. I think a few artists are guilty of this these days, but I tend to be a little bit escapist with my art in terms of using it as a way to tune out the news and tune out what's happening in the world, because it is very, very upsetting. I mean, the environment is in deep distress. There are wars popping up all over the world, and wars tend to spread. They are spreading right now. It's terrible and it's really scary, but the older I get, the more responsibility I feel to become more involved. So I am working on that. I'm watching the debates and I'm trying to read up on these candidates in a real way. I mean, I'm pretty firmly towards the Harrison Waltz ticket. Yeah, it's very exciting to me to have a woman on the ballot again. Of course, that's not why I'm voting for her, but yeah, we don't have to get into it. But I urge everyone to, take an earnest look at everyone and try to do some earnest research that isn't based in headlines. Try not to fall prey to social pressures. Your vote is your own decision, but we want it to be an informed one, of course. I shouldn't talk about this, but I can't help it. It's on my mind. Me and a good friend of mine actually saw a musical that's on Broadway right now. It's called Suffs, and it's about the women suffragists who helped push women's suffrage to the president and then to Congress. And it was so inspiring for a multitude of reasons. I mean, it's crazy to be reminded that history is not that long ago, and the progress that has been made isn't something that is guaranteed. I mean, you win and then you lose and then you have to fight all over again. I mean, the things happening with women all across the world are very, very scary to me. And I am really craving some leadership that is going to value what we need for our bodies and for our well-being. And yeah, I know that we have a system that is kind of working against all of us. I mean, to be honest, I blame capitalism. But hopefully we'll find a way to get through it. But I don't think using art as a way to tune out everything all the time is something that I'm okay with myself. So I'm trying to get a little more involved. I will keep you abreast on that journey. But yeah, we are almost done with this here. Look at that, got some stars. Oh, and here I go with the leaf. Boop. It's a leaf. If you were wondering what that was, it's a leaf. I wanted to paint one that is in the midst of falling. Just one, I think. They don't fall very fast. I was noticing that in the park. Oh my goodness, I could paint those little leaves all day. And I did yesterday. I spent so much time painting all those little leaves. It's so satisfying and nice. We are almost done here. Spent way more time on this than I really thought I would. But yeah, things, I just need them to be a certain way. And I like how it came out. Look at that. I'm making a gallery wall. It looks very nice. And there he is. Look at him. He is so adorable. I picture that the pumpkin is kind of old and craggly and getting towards its, end of life rotting stage. And that the ghost is kind of comforting the pumpkin. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You can die. I know that's kind of dark. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. I put out videos every Friday, but don't be mad if I miss a week because, oh my goodness, these videos are a lot of work. I also wanted to show you this painting that I found on the street. Look at this. Isn't she beautiful? I don't know who she is, and I thought I might have it in me to paint over her, but honestly, I'm afraid she's gonna love me if I do that. So, I don't want to do that. But maybe I'll like give her a little witch hat or something. I don't know. Or I may just hang her up as she is. Yeah, let's take a vote. Will she haunt me? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching as I document my journey to becoming a small business artist and hopefully becoming full-time one day. Yeah, watching really helps. So thanks for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.